Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to explore something that I bet you felt, but maybe never had a name for.
hmm
It's this sense that who you are isn't some, fixed point,
Yeah,
but more like a constant evolution. We're
well,
talking meta-modernism.
Meta-Modernism.
And you've shared some seriously juicy notes and talking points
Yeah.
from the Between Shelves podcast.
Yes.
I am pumped to unpack all of this.
Okay.
One thing that hooked me right away
Yeah.
from Between Shelves
Go ahead.
was this example of how meta-modernism is playing out in, of all things, architecture.
Oh, interesting.
Apparently, there's this trend of buildings being designed with flexible spaces, adaptable to, whatever needs arise.
Yeah.
Kind of mirrors how meta-modernism views identity, right?
Absolutely.
Not fixed,
Right.
but always responding and changing.
Yeah, that's a spot-on connection.
Yeah.
I think for ages we were stuck in these rigid categories.
Right.
Like identity was a filing cabinet, but meta-modernism blows those drawers wide open.
So help us out here. For someone who hasn't spent their days lost in philosophy books,
Right.
what's the elevator pitch for meta-modernism?
I think of it like this.
Okay.
If modernism was all about finding the answer, the system, the truth,
Okay.
meta-modernism is like, hold on.
Yeah.
What if there are multiple truths?
Yeah.
Depending on who's asking and when.
Hmm.
It embraces fluidity,
Yeah.
paradox,
Okay.
and says our world is too complex for one-size-fits-all explanations.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Instead of saying, I'm this, it's more like, I'm all these different things, depending on the context.
Exactly.
Now, Between Shelves really hammered on this idea of identity as a spectrum,
Yes.
not a binary.
Right.
Have you ever felt like those either-or labels just didn't fit you?
Oh, yeah.
Like the world was trying to cram you into a box that was way too small.
For sure.
I mean,
It's almost unavoidable in our culture.
Yeah.
But metamodernism says those boxes were never big enough to hold the full picture of a human being.
right.
It's like trying to define a whole symphony by just one note.
So how does this actually play out in someone's life?
Sure.
Can you give us a real-world example of this identity-shifting thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Between Shelves actually shared this powerful story of an individual who grew up in a super strict conservative community. Their identity was totally wrapped up in that world.
Yeah.
But then they moved to a big city, encounter totally different values,
Yeah.
have experiences that challenge their upbringing,
Right.
and their sense of self starts to transform.
Okay.
Not overnight,
Right.
but gradually.
So it wasn't that their initial identity was wrong. It's
Yeah.
more like they were adding new chapters to their story as they went along.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's where this fluidity thing gets exciting.
Yeah.
Metamodernism acknowledges we're all works in progress, and our identities are part of that ongoing evolution. Between Shelves even use this great term, becoming,
Oh, I like that.
to capture that constant state of change.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's so much more dynamic than those old static views of identity.
for sure.
But this whole constantly changing thing,
Right.
isn't that a little unsettling?
Yeah.
And like if our identities are always in flux, how can we ever feel grounded or know who we truly are?
That's where Between Shelves gets into this fascinating paradox.
Okay.
They talk about how metamodernism embraces the idea of oscillation, this back and forth between being rooted in our values
Okay.
and being open to change at the same time.
Wait, how can you be both rooted and constantly evolving?
Yeah.
That's like standing still while also running a marathon.
It sounds contradictory,
Yeah.
but think about it.
Oh,
We each have a core set of beliefs,
Right.
experiences that shape who we are at our foundation.
Okay.
That's the rooted part,
Okay.
but we're also constantly interacting with the world,
Yeah.
encountering new ideas,
Right.
new people,
Right.
and those interactions inevitably influence us, nudge us in new directions.
So it's like we're trees.
Yeah,
We have strong roots that keep us grounded,
right.
but our branches are always reaching towards the light, growing in new directions.
That's a beautiful image.
Yeah.
And it highlights this essential tension at the heart of metamodernism.
Yeah.
It's not about choosing stability or change.
Right.
It's about recognizing they both play a crucial role in shaping who we become.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now, Between Shelves didn't shy away from some of the more challenging aspects of identity, like how we understand race,
Yeah.
gender, and cultural identity.
For sure.
They pointed out how metamodernism challenges those essentialist views.
This is where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
essentialism, to put it simply,
Right.
is this idea that certain qualities are inherent or fixed within a group.
Okay.
Like all women are nurturing, or all members of this culture behave this way. Meta-Modernism says, hold on,
Right.
those generalizations are dangerous oversimplifications.
So it's not about denying that these categories exist or have historical significance,
Right.
but it's saying they can't be used to predict or stereotype individuals.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's like, I'm a woman,
Right.
but that doesn't tell you everything about me.
Yeah.
My experiences, my beliefs, my personality.
Right.
Those are shaped by so many other factors besides just my gender.
And those factors are constantly interacting and evolving too.
Exactly.
So how does metamodernism approach these sensitive topics without erasing or dismissing the very real experiences people have?
Yeah,
It's a delicate balance, right?
it is.
Yeah.
Metamodernism doesn't pretend that race, gender, culture don't matter.
Right.
These categories have huge impacts on people's lives.
Right.
But what it does is push us beyond simplistic,
Okay.
reductionist views.
Okay.
Between Shelves gave this fantastic analogy. Imagine a mosaic.
Okay.
Each individual piece is unique, but they come together to create a larger, more
Yeah.
complex picture.
Okay. So it's about appreciating the diversity within those categories.
Exactly.
Not just making sweeping generalizations about them.
Yeah.
Instead of saying all women are X,
Yeah,
it's recognizing that there's a whole spectrum of experiences and perspectives within that group.
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And Between Shelves argue that this shift in thinking is vital for creating a more inclusive and equitable world.
Right.
Because when we recognize the nuances and complexities within these categories,
Yeah.
we're less likely to fall into harmful stereotypes or prejudices.
Right.
It's about seeing people as individuals, not just representatives of a group.
That's a powerful shifting perspective.
Yeah.
Now, another thing Between Shelves brought up that really got me thinking,
Okay.
how technology, especially social media,
Right.
is like this turbocharger for identity formation. It's like we're constantly curating our online self, presenting a certain image to the world.
Yeah.
Do you think that's messing with how we see ourselves?
I think it would be impossible to deny the impact.
Yeah.
Shelves argued that tech and social media in particular
Right.
embodies those core meta-modern themes.
Okay.
Rapid change and interconnectedness.
Right.
We're bombarded with info,
Yeah.
exposed to countless perspectives,
Right.
and expected to define ourselves in this digital landscape.
Yeah.
It's definitely accelerated things.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
before you figured out who you were within your family,
Right.
schools,
Yeah.
maybe your town.
Huh.
Now it's the whole world all the time.
Right.
It's exciting,
Yeah,
but also kind of intense.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it plays into this idea of fluidity we keep coming back to.
Right.
Between Shelves even quoted the sociologist who said,
Okay.
and I'm paraphrasing here,
Yeah.
that social media allows us to try on different identities, experiment with self-expression in a way that was never possible before.
That's so true.
Right.
I remember when I first got on social media,
Yeah.
I felt like I could be anyone I wanted.
Mm.
It was liberating,
Yeah.
but also kind of confusing.
Right.
Like, who was the real me
Yeah.
amidst all these online versions?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Between Shelves pointed out that there's no easy answer.
Right.
But metamodernism encourages us to embrace that uncertainty,
Okay.
to see identity as something we actively create and recreate, both online and offline.
It's like we're all playing with these different filters,
Yeah.
both literally and metaphorically,
Right.
trying to figure out which one feels most authentic.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And it highlights how metamodernism isn't about rejecting technology
Right.
or retreating into some idealized past.
Right.
It's about engaging with these tools in a critical and mindful way,
Okay.
understanding how they're shaping us,
Right.
and using them to tell our stories on our own terms.
Now, before we get too lost in the digital world,
Yeah.
Between Shelves also brought up something that I found super intriguing.
Huh?
The role of spirituality in shaping identity, especially in this like
Yeah.
pick and choose DIY kind of way.
It's not about blindly following dogma anymore, is it?
Yeah.
Between Shelves made the point that metamodernism is open to multiple spiritual traditions.
Right.
People are creating their own personalized belief systems,
Yeah.
drawing inspiration from different sources,
Right.
and weaving it all together.
It's like a spiritual buffet.
Yeah,
You grab what speaks to you and leave the rest.
Exactly.
I know people who are mixing meditation with elements of Buddhism
Yeah.
or incorporating ancient wisdom traditions into their modern lives.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And it goes back to this rejection of binary thinking.
Right.
BetweenShelves argued that in a meta-modern world,
Yeah.
spirituality becomes less about either
Right.
and more about both hand. It's about finding what resonates with you,
Right.
what helps you connect to something bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
Whether that's through organized religion,
Right.
personal practice,
Yeah.
or some combination of both.
Okay, so we've covered a lot here.
Yeah, we have.
From the shifting sands of identity
Right.
to the tech effect,
Yeah,
even the spiritual remix happening.
a lot.
But BetweenShelves didn't just drop all this info and leave us hanging.
Right.
They dove into the, as they put it, meta-modern ethics and identity part of this whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just recognize that identity is fluid and complex. We have to consider the ethical implications of that shift.
So it's like, just because I'm figuring things out
Right.
doesn't give me a free pass to be inconsiderate or disregard the needs of others.
Exactly.
Okay.
BetweenShelves emphasize that in a meta-modern world,
Right.
personal freedom and responsibility are two sides of the same coin. They even quoted this philosopher who said, and I'm paraphrasing here,
Yeah.
the more fluid our identities become,
All right.
the more crucial it is to cultivate empathy and compassion.
Because our choices, our actions, they have a ripple effect, right?
For sure.
Like, who we decide to be impacts the world around us,
Right.
whether we intend it to or not.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And BetweenShelves gave this powerful example. Think about online communities.
Okay.
The anonymity can make it easier to say hurtful things,
Right.
hide behind fake profiles.
Yeah.
But meta-modern ethics challenges us to bring the same level of empathy and responsibility to our online interactions,
Right.
as we hopefully do in person.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget that there are real people behind those avatars, and our words has real consequences.
They do.
So how do we actually live these meta-modern ethics,
Right.
especially when it comes to identity? It all sounds very well.
Yeah. It starts with self-awareness. BetweenShelves suggested regularly asking yourself questions like, what are my biases?
Yep.
Where am I coming from?
Right.
How might my words or actions impact someone with a different background or experience?
So it's about being mindful of our blind spots,
Yeah.
recognizing that our perspective isn't the only one, or even necessarily the right one.
Exactly.
Okay.
And from that self-awareness flows the ability to truly listen to others. Engage in those tough conversations with an open mind
Right.
and a willingness to learn.
So it's about building bridges, not walls.
That's the heart of it.
Yeah.
BetweenShelves pointed out that Meta-Modernism values dialogue and collaboration.
Okay.
It's not about shouting each other down.
Right.
It's about seeking understanding.
Right.
And BetweenShelves even went so far as to say that this kind of radical openness,
Okay.
this willingness to embrace complexity and uncertainty,
Right.
is essential for navigating the challenges of our time.
Because in a world that's changing so rapidly,
Yeah.
where the old rules no longer seem to apply,
Right.
we need a new way of being,
Yeah.
a new way of relating to ourselves, to each other, to the world around us.
Precisely. And Meta-Modernism offers a framework for that new way of being.
Okay.
It invites us to embrace the unknown,
Right.
to dance with the paradoxes, to find meaning in the midst of chaos,
Yeah.
and to co-create a future that honors both our individuality and our shared humanity.
Wow, that's powerful.
It is.
I have to say, this whole deep dive into metamodernism has been mind-expanding,
I agree.
but I'm also feeling a little overwhelmed. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much to process.
For sure.
So much to think about.
That's completely understandable.
Yeah.
And Meta-Modernism wouldn't have it any other way. It's not about giving you all the answers.
Right.
It's about empowering you to ask better questions,
Okay.
to embrace the mystery,
Yeah.
and to trust that the journey itself is the destination.
So, dear listener, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
we invite you to continue exploring these ideas,
Right.
to see how they resonate with your own experiences, and to consider what it means for you to embrace the complexity, the fluidity, and the infinite possibility of being human in a meta-modern world.
Absolutely.
And remember, the conversation doesn't end here.
That's right.
It's just beginning.
Hmm.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.